Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Bilal Agriculture Wala. I hope you are well, you are all well, doing well. Today we have a very special guest with us. He has worked at NASA. He was the Director of Engineering in the US Air Force Special Operation Commander, and he has spoken in many countries around the world. I feel very happy and honored to have him here. My English is not very strong, so I request you please adjust a little for me. Please welcome Mr. Gabe Gabriel. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Mr. Gabriel, for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and I am excited to learn from you.
So thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, your English is very good. You shouldn't apologize for it. Just speak it with confidence. You're doing fine, and you will get better. But it's good, and I would encourage you never to say anything it's not, because it is. And don't think it's not. I speak English, only English. Understand everything you say. I have no problem. So you're doing well. And so my name is Gabe. It's a nickname. It's what my friends call me. I ask everybody to do this. I understand with culture, age, or something. It's a little strange for you to do that. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You can use anything you like. But that's kind of what I prefer. Uh, so I'm right now in Cocoa, Florida, near Kennedy Space Center, where NASA has a center. And I was out there for 17 years. I loved it. It's the most amazing thing you could ever imagine. And now, about 10 years ago, I resigned my position to become a full-time international speaker. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it. It's been amazing. The most fun thing I've ever done in my life. And I just returned from India. I was supposed to go to Pakistan, but had issues with a visa, so I didn't get to go to Pakistan. But I'm hoping to come back in January.
Thank you. And can you tell us how your journey started?
Yeah, well, my journey as a speaker started really by accident. I had never in my life thought I would ever be a speaker. It was something I didn't want to do. I never really felt good about doing it. I had to do it at times, but I never thought it was something I wanted to do on a daily basis. It kind of happened by accident with a group of kids in Africa, and I had done something there. And after I saw it, I thought, well, it's not so bad. I can kind of do this everywhere. So that was about 10 years ago. I was still at the Space Center then as a civil structural type of engineer, and I had so many requests internationally, and I had not enough hours in a day. So I kind of looked at the situation, and I never charged schools any money to do this. I never asked for any money. I pay my own airfare to visit schools around the world, and I wanted to continue to do that, and I didn't know if I could when I resigned my position, but I'd had pretty good paying jobs, and I'd saved some money, and I said, okay, if I manage it correctly, I can do it. So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I've been to Pakistan 3 times, and I've always enjoyed Pakistan.
Okay. What inspired you to become an engineer?
I when I visit schools and I talk about my story, I talk about how I hated school and I really did poorly in school. So just let me turn this thing off. Okay. I really did poorly in school, so I never really thought I could do anything because I did so poorly in school. I did well in sports, but nothing else. So I was actually driving a truck and playing sports, and one of the guys I was playing sports with, I don't know why he said this to me. One day he said, "Did you ever think about going into engineering?" And I had never thought about it, but I had been around enough people who'd been engineers, and I realized you don't have to be so smart. If they can do it, I know I can do it. So that was kind of the initial step that got me involved, and it was great. It took me 8 years of night school to finish, but I enjoyed it all, and it opened many doors for me. I always encourage students around the world try to go to university. It gives you so many more opportunities.
Okay. What what challenges did you face in your career?
To me, every day is a challenge. I love a challenge, so I approach every day the same. With this interview, it's a challenge to me. How well can I do this? We're a team, And together, we will make this interview good. Not you or not me individually, it's together. So my challenge is how can I help you the most to get what you want? And we got to be a team. So I enjoy the challenge no matter what I do. When I leave here, I'm going to the gym for 2 hours. So the challenge to myself is to enjoy the 2 hours. Anybody can do something. The challenge is can you enjoy doing it? If you can enjoy doing everything as you're doing it, your whole life is going to be fun.
Oh, how how are you old?
So people ask me that all the time, and I tell everyone I have a mental age. So my mental age is 19. I'm still a teenager. I'm still having fun with life, and I try to live that way. And I try not to think about numbers or anything. I don't want to limit myself. I talk about three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. So the challenge to myself is always to do my best and to enjoy it. And it doesn't matter. Age to me is not a factor. I try to ignore it. I try to not think about it. I try to just enjoy what I'm doing and always be thankful.
Okay, can you share a special memory from your time at NASA?
Every day was a great memory to me. Every hour was a great memory. It's just a magical place for me. You're surrounded everywhere you look, every wall, every building. There's pictures of space, of the solar system, of the stars. Your mind is always going to these magical places. It's just so much fun. Then you see a big building, you see a ship put together, and it goes to a launch pad, and it goes to these magical places. So your imagination becomes reality every minute. If you're just looking at a building or something's put together, or something history of the space program, somebody in this building went to the moon. How cool is that? And for me, the most exciting thing, without a doubt, are the launches. We had a space shuttle, and I'm not sure if you were familiar with space shuttle. Space program is kind of broken down into three scenarios to me. We had the Apollo program when astronauts went to the moon in the 60s and 70s. Then we had the shuttle where it was used really to build the International Space Station. And now we have Artemis, which is going to take astronauts to the moon and to Mars. So my central focus is around the shuttle. I was at the Space Center when the shuttle was flying all the time. And there's nothing like these launches. These launches are absolutely amazing. The shuttle it looks like a plane, but it's really a rocket ship with two big boosters and a big fuel tank. It has tremendous weight. So to get it off the ground, you need a lot of what's called lift. Lift means you you push to go down to lift. So you need like 3 million kilos of lift for this thing to get off the ground because it's so heavy. Well, if you fly in a plane, you get on a passenger terminal. It takes you to a runway, and they put on the brakes and they stop. They rev up the engines. They're building power. Then they take off horizontally. Well, this is doing the same thing, but it's taking off vertically. So they start the engines in this thing, and they're building power, and it's trying to take off, but it's locked down on a launch pad. It's building power up to 3 million kilos, pushing on the Earth, and we're like 5 kilometers away, which sounds like a long ways away, but it's pretty close. You really can't see it. You really can't hear it. But you know where it is, and you're looking in that direction. Then all of a sudden, you get like a vibration in your feet. This thing is literally shaking the earth, trying to take off. It's amazing, and all the cars feel it. The cars think somebody's trying to break in. So horns are honking, sirens are going off, lights are flashing, your body is shaking, and this thing is amazing to me. When it takes off, it goes real slow and it makes a turn, and it's gone. And you're watching and watching, you still don't hear anything. Then all of a sudden, you hear it, but you're looking there and you hear it there. It goes so fast, it leaves the sound behind. So it plays mind games with you. There's nothing like these shuttle launches for me. I go to every one I can.
Okay, okay, very interesting story. Acha, what advice would you give to a student like me?
I give the same advice to everybody, and mainly you want to enjoy your life. Whenever I do something, and hopefully even after this interview, I hope you will do the same thing the same way, but learn to think about it differently. Get away from this hard work, stress, and pressure mentality that everybody's surrounded by, and try to change it it's instead of hard work, make it a challenge, an adventure, a journey, an opportunity. Try to put your mind in a positive state. I talk about three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. Do your best. In this interview, you want to do your best. It's important. Learn to do your best. As you become an adult, you'll find yourself in a situation where you really have to do your best in order to be successful. If you practice every day, when that time comes, you'll do great. If you don't practice, you might be nervous, you might mess up. So always do your best. Pretty easy to do. Enjoy everything you do. A little more challenging. Sometimes we think we don't like to do something. Get our minds in a positive state where everything we do we enjoy. If you have a negative situation, say to yourself, could be worse. Never have a negative experience. You can make it all positive by thinking about differently. And the most important thing, believe in yourself. Very few people have it. That's why they have stress. That's why they have pressure. They don't have belief in themselves. Doesn't matter how successful they are, doesn't matter how much money they have. They just don't have that belief in themselves. How do you get that belief? I'll always talk about, you want to have goals. Goals are really important. Why do I do this? What's my objective? So you need goals. And you're here and your goal is there. How do I get there? You have to plan steps. Plan small steps. Don't be in a hurry. The slower the step, easier it is to accomplish. Every time you accomplish it, helps you build that belief in yourself, builds confidence. And you build that really, really very slowly. Don't be in a hurry. You build and you build. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just believe you can do it and you go do it. And when you enjoy it, you do it better. So that's always my advice to everyone, those three things.
Okay, okay, very good advice. Okay, my next question: what habits help become successful? You.
I think it's just being positive, always believing in yourself and always be willing to do your best and to enjoy what you do. Basically, living those three things that I talk about. And I never intentionally did those things that way. It just kind of happened, and I kind of looked at myself, and I'm at Kennedy Space Center. It's a great place. We're making good money. And everybody around me is complaining, and I'm thinking, why are they complaining? They come in on Monday. Oh, I got to work. I can't wait till Friday. You have 5 days here to enjoy. It's a mental state. So I kind of looked at the mental state and said, how come they're this way and I'm this way? And I kind of learned behavior. Like you've been taught you must work hard. You've been taught stress and pressure. You think this is life because that's what you've been taught. And everybody's been taught that, and most live it. And I just want you to know you have a choice. You can take any situation and make it positive, or you can make it negative. Either way, you're going to do it. Learn to find positives and learn to be like. So for me, everything has been a challenge. Every day is fun. Every day is exciting. And the challenge is to enjoy it and to always do your best and try to get better. And so it's almost like a game. Everything I do is almost like a challenge and fun, exciting, and little steps. I take little steps and I enjoy them all. And that's what I try to share with others. You can do this and be successful.
Okay. How how do you stay motivated in difficult times?
Yeah, so I never say difficult. I say challenge. And I think I love a challenge. I challenge myself with everything I do. And the greatest thing about a challenge, when you overcome it, you get a great sense of accomplishment. So for me, every day is the same. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter who I'm speaking with. Everything is the same. How can I approach it a certain way? How can I enjoy it? And and how can I get better from it? And I just apply that to everything I do, every day, every event. I try to stay in the present and enjoy the present as I'm passing through it. And this is what I really like to share with students when I go to schools, and you as well today. The space program is fun, it's exciting, but life should be enjoyed. And you're never told this, You're always told work hard, stress and pressure. Everybody's told this, not only in Pakistan, around the world, it's all the same. And I just want you to know you have a choice. It's a state of mind, and if you can train your mind to think positives, you'll be surprised at how much better you will do, and you will never have stress or pressure, and you will get away from this hard work mentality.
Okay. Uh, What should young people focus on today?
Just enjoy learning. When you're young, you're learning more than you're doing anything else. Each day is a learning adventure. I never, you never fail. Never be afraid to try things. You never fail. You always learn. You learn more when things don't go as well as expected. Make learning fun. That's what my suggestion is at this age, especially when you're beginning to learn. Try different things, see what works best for you, and then adapt that to everything you do. But make it fun, enjoy it. And it's learning. I mean, we do this every day of our lives. Sometimes we learn what not to do, but we still learn, and we take that knowledge with us and become a better person. So I always say to young people, enjoy learning. It's a special time in your life, and the knowledge you gain, you'll carry with you for the rest of your life.
Hmm, that's great. Uh, how can young people become good leaders?
Yeah, well, leadership to me is something that mainly comes from inside, and not everybody can do it. But I think if you want to be a good leader, you have to relate to those around you. Whoever you're trying to lead, you have to be willing to take the time, get to learn why they think the way they do, what makes you don't have to agree with it, but you have to learn why, what is their thought process, what makes them, drives them. And you want to include everybody in every decision as a leader. If there's 10 people on the team, or if there's five or 1,000, it doesn't matter. You try to get everybody involved. Look, we're all here. We want to go there. Everyone, what do you think is the best way to do this? When you want to try to isolate it down, make everybody feel a part of the team, and everybody is equal. It doesn't matter if you're the leader or you're the lowest person. Together, you have a common goal, and I think that the challenge in leadership is to get everybody to feel like they matter, that everybody cares, and get everybody involved in the process.
Okay. In the your words, who is a good man?
Who was that? I didn't quite catch the name.
I mean, who is good man in your word?
Who is a good man in my world?
G. Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I say, uh, growing up, I had, uh, like most people, everyone around me was complaining about things, but I had two uncles, and they always were smiling. They were always happy, and they just seemed to be enjoying life. And I remember looking at them when I was a little kid, and thinking, I want to be like them. I don't want to be like these other people always complaining. I didn't understand it, and they never spoke to me about it. But I remember thinking, they're having fun with life, and they're very successful. And why is everybody else, complaining and miserable? And I never knew. I never understood it. But if I had to pick somebody, I would say that, that's probably the two people that I look to as thought I want to be like them.
Um, what message would you like to give to the youth of Pakistan?
I have two things I try to give, and I don't segregate Pakistan. Pakistan to me is like every other country. All of the countries, the kids in all of the countries are identical. It amazes me how much we are like. I've been to 18 countries, and whether it's Norway, whether it's Germany, whether it's Europe, whether it's Asia, Pakistan, India, it doesn't matter. Kids are identical. You look at kids 8 to 10 years old, the look in their eyes, their smiles, it's the same. The way they interface with each other, it's the same. It amazes me how much we are alike. And I really have two objectives. I want you to think about feeling good about yourself, and feeling good about your future. These are critical to being successful. And if you apply those three things we talked about, do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself, you will have that. You will develop that. But it takes a while. Don't be in a hurry. Just take your time and build and build and learn and learn. Life can be enjoyed, and you can be very successful. This is my main message.
Um, okay. Uh, how do you manage your time with so many responsibilities?
It's really crazy. I don't know that I manage it. Uh, it just happens. I'm along for the ride. Like I get up this morning, knowing I was going to do this interview with you. knowing when I go to the gym. I have a car that I'm trying to repair the engine. So I have all of these things lined up during the day, and I get hundreds of emails and correspondence. And whatever I think I'm going to do, usually something changes and I have to do something else. So I kind of get up and I have an idea what I'm going to do, but life takes me along. And whatever drives me to do something is because something has come up and I do it. I try to plan, but I'm really just along for the ride. It feels like to me. My challenge
Uh,
is to enjoy it all. It doesn't matter what I do. It only matters I enjoy what I do.
yeah, yeah. What are your next goal in life?
My goal in life right now is to try to spend time. Right now, you are the most important thing in my life. I try to go to the schools, and when I'm at a school, the students at that school, that's all I care about. I just came back from India, and I went to many beautiful universities in India, and they wanted me to go to dinners, and they want me to do all this kind of stuff. All I want to do is spend time speaking with students and letting you understand you have a choice in life, and the sooner you realize that, if you're willing to adapt to your lifestyle, your lives can be fun and you can be successful. And I don't know what the connection is. Whenever I'm with kids of any age, the connection is just fantastic. And they're happy with me. I'm happy with them. I don't understand it, but it's a feeling. And I just want them to be happy. So many kids struggle. They really struggle, and they shouldn't. They're 8 years old and they're thinking about stress and pressure and hard work. And I want them to know you have a choice. And there's something really special about what I get from this. I can't write it down. I can't tell you what it is. It's just a really good feeling. And what I share, it always seems to be equal with me and every kid, every student, and hopefully with you when we're doing this.
Uh, do you read books?
No, I don't like to read. It's really strange. There's three things I don't really like, eating, sleeping, and reading. And one of the reasons I don't like reading, when I was a little kid, I loved the beach and I loved sports. And they dragged me off the beach and they put me in a box, a schoolroom, and they told me to read. So it kind of put a negative thing. I don't want to read, I want to be outside. And so I kind of got a negative thing towards reading. I think it's fascinating. I think anybody who reads learns so much. And your mind can go on these adventures as you're reading. So I think it's great. For me, I like to be doing something. I want to be jumping around. I don't want to be just sitting with a book. It's hard for me to stay focused for very long when I do that. Uh, so I don't really read often, even hot rod magazines, racing magazines. I kind of skim them and look at the picture. I just don't really have the patience for it. I want to be doing something. But for those who love to read, I think it's fantastic.
Okay. One quote you really like?
Say that again. I'm not sure what you asked me.
One quote you really like?
Again, I'm sorry. Something you asked me what I really like, but I'm not sure what it is you're asking me.
Okay, okay, okay. I explain you. One line you really like.
One,
Line your quotes.
yeah, listen, you're doing fine. Don't worry about your English. We will try to figure it out. And it could be me not understanding. It could be you not saying what you mean. It's all okay. We're a team together, and we do the same thing together.
Okay,
So try again. Try again.
okay.
I want to answer the question. I'm just not sure what you're asking.
Okay, so not a big problem. My next question: what you have spoken in many countries? What did you learn from people around the world?
Yeah, but most people are kind. Most people are giving. I think the kindness I receive everywhere I go in all of the countries, it's amazing to me how kind people are to me, and I try to give back. I'm so thankful for the kindness I receive. I really try to give back any way I can, and I'm thankful for the kindness. And without the kindness of people, I really couldn't do what I do. I go to schools and I need like 2 hours with the students, and so the schools have to adjust everything. People have to be willing to help me. I don't ask for any money, but I do ask for somebody to set up a schedule, provide transportation, take me around. So I need that, and I get that. So I'm really, really thankful for the kindness I receive, and I try to give back. And I think most people genuinely are kind.
Okay, what is your last advice to my viewers?
Yeah. So I'll just repeat what I said earlier. Remember those three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. It's important. Learn those three things. I think you will have a much better life than hard work and stress and pressure. And either way, you're going to do the same thing, the same way. Learn to think about it differently. And once you learn to think about it differently, it's a challenge because you're thinking a certain way now, and you have to unlearn that and learn something new. So it takes a little bit of a challenge, but you go slowly, and you hopefully you will develop to that, and you'll get away from this life of stress and pressure and hard work. You're going to do the same thing the same way. Just think about it differently.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Gabe, for your time and for your sharing your experience with us. I
Before you go,
learned a lot from you.
okay, before you do,
Okay,
I
okay,
just want a
okay.
big smile. Can you give me a big smile?
Yes,
I want to see some teeth. Okay, one more thing. Do a heart. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been great. Yeah. Can I do that? You do this way? I have to do. So it's been great.
like this, like one is this.
Is that better? Am I getting it a
Yeah,
little bit?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, okay. Well, thank you. Listen, you did great. Your English is fine. And I really appreciate your time. And hopefully you'll remember those three things.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Uh, Inshallah, your words will inspire many young people in Pakistan. Thank you again for being with us.
You're very welcome. And thank you
Uh,
for the opportunity. And hopefully I'm going to try to come to Pakistan in January. So maybe I'll get to see you.
okay, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, we were. This is Mr. Gabe. Inshallah, you must watch this video. You watch this video, so like, share, and comment. I will soon in the next video.
Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.